Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rebel here. On this grassy flatland plain thing in Third Age Total War. As you can see, this is Gondor here. Actually, let's set the premise for this battle. Why I actually decided to do this. You guys have probably seen Squeeze Battle. As Gondor against the Harad Rim, specifically against the Mumakils, or the elephants as he calls them, and their utter destruction of his army in the first one. Pretty much solo, he was doing very well up until the other point. And yeah, he did, and they kind of killed him. And then, from what I saw of the second battle, my internet's being a bit slow at the minute, but from what I saw of the second battle, the ballista were the real thing, but his battle was on the medium difficulty, which was the default difficulty. I think it was anyway, from what I could gather, because I didn't actually watch very much because my internet was slow, as I think I've already just mentioned. So to that end, I was actually interested to see how it worked with less ballista and maybe a different setup, maybe a different style of play, because obviously whenever you're playing a battle you have a different style to the other person. So this is a battle as I'm Gondor, obviously, here, and I'm going to be up against the Harad Rim over here. I can't actually remember the setup. I did only just do this about 5 minutes ago. It was actually, I actually did this battle as a test for my battle UI, or user interface, because in every other battle I've had to hide the interface because it's kind of white all over the place. And I just can't see anything. It's just white, so it's obscuring the screen, so it's in the way. I actually deleted a file, and it's cleared up. It's not white anymore. It works. It's beautiful. It's all good. So yeah, this is my army here. I have no upgrades on any of my troops. I have 2 units of these ballista. I have 2 units of the Swan Knight Heavy Cavalry. I think that one's my general unit. I think, as I recall vaguely, sort of. Yes, this guy's my general here. I think it is anyway. And I've put my cavalry in the back here. I have 2 units of the Fountain Guard here. I have 2 units of Gondor Infantry. Heavy infantry. I have 3 units of these Gondor Spearmen, and then I have 2 units of these Ilithien Rangers, which are very good missile units. So let's just speed up the deployment phase here. Come on, hurry up. God, I didn't realise it took this long. So my ballista are going on either flank here, as you can see. Let's slow this down to 2. My ballista are going on either flank. My thoughts being that they'd be less vulnerable for a single concerted... Oh, here we go, battle starting. Concerted cavalry strike. My archers are here in the front, in loose formation, so that they've got a wider range of attack, and also if they get attacked by enemy archers, they are going to take fewer casualties from a direct volley. My heavy infantry, my infantry here is in the rear. Basically, these guys are the spearmen are going to take the enemy head on. Or that's my plan anyway. My spearmen are going to take the enemy head on, and then my infantry is going to come up and reinforce. It doesn't quite work out. It kind of works out that way, but sort of. So let's take a quick look at the enemy, because I don't remember what they have. They have 2 units here of these Harad Rim Raiders, which are the missile cav. They have them on either flank. Obviously, they have these Mumakil elephant cavalry archer thing. Creepy painted things. The general here is here with the unit of dismounted serpent guard, elite infantry people. They have 2 units of these trollmen, I believe. Yes, two units of trollmen. They have an extra unit here of dismounted serpent guard. They have this unit of the Southron warband, which is a spearman unit, and then this unit of Muhad tribesmen. They've also brought their own unit of ballista. So let's get on with it. Let's watch the battle unfold. Now, this first part is going to be pretty tedious. The AI is bringing its cavalry forward, And it's basically going to duke it out here with my archers, which, because my archers are A, in loose formation, B, there are more of them. I've got about about twice the number of archers as they have. It's going to go far better for me than it is for them. And also their units, as I'm aware, deal less damage than my Ilithien Rangers. Now, as you can see, my ballista on this wing are getting ready to fire. I had loads of problems getting my ballista to fire in this battle. It was rather inconvenient. As you can see, they fired. Now they've got off their first shots of the battle here. So let's actually zoom in quickly, and then here we go. No, that didn't work quite as I wanted it to, but whatever. So my two ballista are firing. My archers firing on... Oh no, sorry, those are their archers firing on mine. My archers responding by attacking these Haradrim raiders here. Oh, and there he goes. There he goes. The first unit of Mumakil is down. The first elephant, the major threat of this Haradrim army, is down. Now it's pretty much up to their horse archers to try and take me on. I've now had a lot of problems actually, and as you can see here, just quickly, this is something I didn't notice in the battle. They're actually killing their own units because they're running amok. They're actually killing their own units here, which is incredibly useful for me. I didn't notice this. The only problem is that they stop running amok. It's really annoying. They stopped a couple of times during the battle. As you can see here, my ballista were actually interested in moving forward, and I put every single one of my units onto guard mode. Is it guard or is it defense mode? One or the other. It basically means that once they've engaged the enemy, and say the enemy runs away, this is as I understand it anyway, so they engage the enemy and the enemy routes, they won't chase. Which, when you're dealing with cavalry type armies, I think is incredibly useful. Because you don't want, in my opinion anyway, your line to be broken by the simple fact that... Sorry, your line to be broken and then for the enemy cavalry to take advantage of that and do some rear strikes on your army, just because your infantry ran off. So as you can see, I'm pulling my ballista around again, trying to take out some more of these guys. Now there are a few of these during the battle, while they're just in a bit of disarray, they just come charging through. And look at that. I mean, they've just decimated, 151 down to 139, 151, I think, again, down to 126. Here, as you can see, I'm bringing my Ilithien Rangers back. I think I brought them back a little bit too far, let's be honest, but I moved them up again to about here. And I'm still trying to get my ballista. Damn it! Work. God, I thought my problems with mice were over. Because this is actually the mouse off my dad's computer, not off mine, because my current one's fucked. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, their horse archers have done some pretty hefty damage as of their Mumakil on this side. It's incredibly inconvenient, but I've still got the majority of my force intact. Percentage of allies killed, so my percentage of troops is 17. That's just from their archers and from their Mumakil. And their percentage is 23. That's mainly their cavalry archers, or that is their cavalry archers and their Mumakil again. I think there's 10 men for each elephant thing. So yeah. So as you can see, my ballista are being incredibly retarded here. The reason for that is that there is one Mumakil behind them, and then 3 others over here, and the AI appears to have a few pathfinding or target finding thingamajig problems. And here you can see they charged in, crashed into my ballista, and basically annihilated them. As you can see though, another unit of Mumakil down, I believe. Another elephant down. Here, there's one guy left that just got killed. Down here, there's 11 people left, so it's really not worth them being there. I'm just keeping my archers firing, partly because I was concentrating on the Mumakil actually, and partly because I'm retarded. Now, here, I got incredibly concerned for my cavalry, especially my general. There, Muma kill, through cavalry, through infantry, decimation. They're just overpowered, so my cavalry are still moving back, and then I'm going to move them back to my lines. However, I mean, it's all going too fast. Slow down. Whoa, no, slow down. Right, pause. Okay. My opponent is now moving, or the AI is now moving its infantry forward. So you've got the trollmen moving up on the left and right flanks, on both flanks, and they'll engage my fountain guard. Well, that's the theory. My braced units of fountain guard here, and then this line here of dismounted serpent guard and Southron warbands, as well as this other unit of depleted dismounted serpent guard, will engage my spears. My infantry will then be pushed up to hold against whichever area is panicking. So we're just going to see how this unfolds. I've pretty much discounted the Muma kill. By now I don't consider them much of a threat. They're running amok, so they're not a problem as far as I'm concerned. They'll kill a few men maybe if they get close, that was my thinking, but it's really not important. Here, Ballista, what the fuck are you doing? The amount of times I was swearing at Ballista was just ridiculous. Now, here, this is important. This bit here is very important. I just lost a whole ton of Fountain Guard and Gondor Spearmen. Okay, not all of them, they're not all dead, but there's quite a few of them dead. Now, I have a cavalry superiority because my opponent, the AI, only picked these Haradrim raiders. So I can now freely move my cavalry around the battle. My spearmen here, Bountifus's is evenly matched, but that's only from 2 units. Oh, sorry, 3 units up against this 1 unit of light. Now here, the Serpent Guard pulled away, and this is why I put them on defensive mode, because otherwise my infantry would have charged. Here I actually made a mistake. I tried to reform my line, which was a big mistake. It gave them a bit of a rear charge. But now, my spearmen here, they're losing the battle against these light infantry, so I'm going to pull my cavalry around and do a rear charge. Same goes here, I'm losing here. This Southron warband is going to get smashed in a hammer and anvil strike from my Swan Knights, and should break. Broken. It's fighting to the death, but it's broken. So as soon as I pull my cavalry out of the way, it's going to retreat. Here, this unit of Swan Knights here is going to help. I can't remember where I actually send it. I think I send it against these trollmen so I can flank.
If we continue like
the
this,
enemy.
We will smash the enemy.
Indeed. So the battle is kind of going in my favour right now. The loss of the enemy's Muma kills was pretty devastating. Here, because of the rear charge and freeing my units up, my infantry is now winning. I swing all of my infantry against these trollmen.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is.
That's...
Press onward. Only half the enemy force remains.
Here, I just did a rear charge on this general, and these trollmen were accidental casualties, but very good ones, and that's pretty much the battle over, really. They're fighting to the death, sure, but still, I have a tremendous advantage in terms of units. Another rear charge here. The Serpent Guard get broken, as do these trollmen. And so, yeah, the battle's pretty much over. 69% of the enemy killed, but I have lost 46% of my men. So
the
here...
battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Oh, shut up. I wish I could turn that guy off. Let's have a look. Sure. Speech. Cool. Let's see if that works. Here's Ballista. I mean, what are they going to do? Come on. A unit of Ballista ain't going to take out an entire army, so whatever. So he's got his one... Where's the other Muma kill? There's 2 Muma kills left, but again, here... They're still running amok, and they're very tired, so they're not going to do anything. My cavalry here are going to do this kind of rear charge thing on the Ballista. I just wanted to get them out of the way, get everyone routing, get everyone pushed back. I always, as soon as all the enemy have broken, I always reform my line, in case something like this happens. In case some of the enemy units get back and come. They actually charged into the side of my... Fountain Guard. Didn't do anything. no problems there. My ballista, I'd basically just left